dead. I'm dead. I died.
That happened when my mom got anesthesia for the first time. She like woke up and she saw a bright light, but she thought she was waking up on the beach.
That's her heaven.
Because she thought the light was the sun. And then she woke and she's like, oh, I just got my uterus removed.
And that'll do it.
Yeah.
And that'll do it.
Anesthesia's fucking weird.
I've gotten anesthesia 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
And luckily it doesn't do anything weird to me. But when I wake up, it's the same thing. I'm just like so well rested. But of course, the last 2 times my nose was broken. So
I've never had anesthesia either.
and you never will need to.
Every time I've
Except
ever
for when I birthed my army of girls.
Yeah. Well, are you under anesthesia for that? You don't.
No.
When you give birth, you don't.
Unless
No,
something
you
goes
don't.
wrong.
Yeah.
No, but even with C-sections, they don't put you under.
I'm saying unless something goes wrong, they need to.
Unless one of my girls tries to kill me.
We want to get into
A gaggle of girls.
a gaggle of girls.
Today at work, I was in a fun little mood, and I decided to exclusively listen to playlists themed around father-daughter dances at weddings because I biblically need to get married. Like, so horrendously need to get married. So I was listening to father-daughter songs as one would, and I was picturing like myself dancing at my wedding with my dad, and then I was like, oh my God. What about my husband dancing with my daughter, our daughter, at her wedding?
You are
and then I could
going
not stop
so
thinking
far
about that.
you're past your wedding at this point, and you've gone straight to your daughter's wedding.
I was having multi-generational fantasies today.
You're going 30 years into the present.
And I was like, oh my God, I only want daughters. I want to just produce, I want to find a girlless girl dad. That's my goal. I need a girlless girl dad. And then I need to give him a gaggle of girls. I need to have 300 girls. I need my girls.
Yeah.
Yeah. How many? Okay, so ideally, how many girls would you want? I'm in the middle of 3 girls.
Maybe 3, but I think realistically I might tap out at 2.
I was gonna say,
but I would love 300.
If you're gonna have 3 without the zeros at the end, just make sure that they're spaced like an even, like a good amount of years apart, but not too far.
I think I want 2 years.
Because that's perfect.
You know,
because what happens,
that everything goes smoothly.
What happens is that you have kids that become, like, they're in different generations. So there's going to be a lot of barriers to, like, in pop culture, what they find funny or what they, like, want to talk about. So if you have your girls, if you can help it.
My girls.
Your girls, when you have your girls, think about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I just want to make someone a girl dad, like, so badly. Like, on the first day, I'm going to be like, you want a girl? Let's do it.
You want to get me pregnant right now?
Let's do it. Let's have a girl.
Day 1.
That tweet where it was
J1?
like... J1. And J1 would.
J1 would.
That tweet that was like,
J1's
if I was a girl, I'd get pregnant all the time.
Well, he doesn't like New York women.
Yeah, and J1 doesn't think I'm a New York woman.
No, he doesn't.
Also,
yeah,
J1 shouldn't be a father to anybody.
No.
Not with those battle scars.
Yeah. He must have
Battle
actually,
scars.
like, daddy issues. A man
Mommy
like that.
issues.
Both. Who says you can't have both?
Yeah.
Why not both? You know that gif?
I do not. But
It was from that
Taco Bell commercial. Yeah, the Taco
and
Bell
it was
commercial.
like, do you want crunchy or soft? Crunchy or soft? And then the girl goes, why don't we have both?
Huh.
And then I think it was like,
the Crunchwrap Supreme.
yeah, probably something like that.
Maybe not.
It was crunchy and soft all at once.
Yeah. But, okay, so you're going to be a girl mom.
To my 300
Taylor.
girls.
I would rather have all boys.
How many boys do you want?
Well, in a perfect world, I would want 3 kids, 2 boys and a girl.
Does the age, like, matter? Like the order, I mean. Like, do you want, like, boy, girl, boy? Do you want boy, boy, girl? Do you want girl, boy, boy?
I've gone through that because I like being an older sister, but I kind of wish I had an older brother. So I think...
Like, protective?
Yeah. No, I don't know. Like, I think I've always wanted the, like, you know, the older brothers, like, friends.
Oh,
That's what you wanted?
You want to provide that for your daughter. Hot friends.
Maybe. So I think I'd want boy, girl, boy.
That makes sense.
But I wouldn't be mad with boy, boy, girl.
As a middle child, I like being an older sister and a younger sister. You get, like...
The best.
You get the best of both worlds, but also, like, personality-wise,
Mm.
you leave with a lot because you have both perspectives.
Yeah, because I'm only an older sister. And I feel like I am such an older, like, I feel like people can tell. So, I don't know. I feel like I'd like it if I was the middle child, but who knows? But yeah, in a perfect world, if I was to have 3, I'd want 2 and 1 of each. If I was to only have 1, I'd want a boy.
You're such a boy mom.
Why do you hate women?
I don't hate women.
Why do you want to silence women?
Why are you trying to silence my 300 girls?
I'm not. That's you do you, babes.
We're pulling up in a bus in our little short shorts and
Megan's
sports bras.
gonna have the thought daughters. Taylor's gonna have the gay sons. They're gonna rule New York State and city.
Yeah.
My 300 girls are gonna cause some damage.
Yeah.
And my gay son will be the leader of them all.
Are you saying women can't lead?
No, but my gay son will lead.
And my 300 girls will not?
No, they will bow down to him.
That doesn't sound like my 300 girls.
It's not sounding like all of my 300
That's
girls.
not all of my 300
That's
children.
not how I raised them.
Yeah, that's not how I raised all 300 of them.
That's not how I raised all 300 of them.
They would not just bow down to your gay son.
No, but can't you just, I don't know.
Oh my god, there's a war between your thought daughters and her gay sons.
My
Maybe.
300 daughters and Taylor's singular gay son.
Her one gay son.
But yeah, I'd rather have them boy. That boy.
I feel like you'd be a really good boy mom because you can deal with like the rough housing and you're not afraid to like put people in their place. It's very effortless for you.
Thank you. But
Thank you.
thanks. But
You're good at corralling people.
like when I've always pictured myself with a boy. But I've never, like, not that I've never, but I always just picture myself with a boy.
I don't know what I picture myself. Like, I think because I didn't grow up around any guys. Like, there was my dad.
Who had long hair as well.
Who also had long hair.
What the hell is this?
What the hell is this?
So, like, I always feel like I, like, kind of missed out on, like, you know, brother or, like, even all my cousins were girls. But I also love girls. I don't know. I just feel like whatever, if I'm, like, meant to have kids, I'll just have whatever I have.
That's kind of how I was up until today, listening to the father dances, and I was like,
Wait.
girls.
Need
I need 100 of them.
Yeah.
Give them to me. I need 300 of them.
Yeah.
For a touching father-daughter dance. To
Yeah.
Fathers and Daughters by Paul Simon.
Yeah, but can't, like, a mother-son dance.
That seems incestuous. That's not as sweet.
Unless you're...
They don't make mother-son songs.
Do they?
Not really. No really songs. Unless you do Beautiful Boy.
Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful.
But that's sung by a man to a man, which is a little gay.
But it cancels out.
It cancels out.
It cancels it out.
My mom has thought about this. She wants to dance to the I died.
1,000 years?
Yeah.
With your brother?
Is she in love with him?
No, but I don't know. She cries every time to that song. She'll send
Because
it.
she thinks of your brother?
No, because she thinks of the video.
The scene in Twilight?
No, the video of the little kids doing sign language to it.
I've never seen
Never
that.
seen that.
She cries every single time.
I don't think me and your mom are on the same part of the internet.
What would your songs be at your wedding to dance with your dads?
My dad has thought about this. He has changed it a few times. So it used to be Loved Her First. Then it was My Little Girl. Then it was Loved Her First again. Now I don't know where it is.
I'm getting final say of whatever song my dad picks because I know I'm not going to like whatever one he picks. So I'm going to be like, killing the vibe of the wedding.
Killing the vibe. That's going to be my dad. He only listens to the Grateful Dead.
I was going to say, are you going to dance to a Grateful Dead song?
I'm going to have to.
Are there any touching father-daughter Grateful Dead songs?
You tell me. let me ask the audience. I don't know.
Comment down below.
Cole, I'm counting on you.
Grateful Dead song
Yeah.
that you can dance with your dad with at your wedding.
Because that's going to be what my selection.
That's what I picture Grateful Dead.
Hold on, I can read my playlist that I was listening to today. Let's see. First up, we have Little Bird.
Oh, I would love to dance to that song.
Oh, I'm changing my answer.
Well,
Isn't She Lovely?
Oh, that's a good
by
one.
Stevie Wonder. Blessed by Daniel Caesar, which is a little bit more of like a love song. So, but I do like the thought behind the song. Father and Daughter by Paul Simon. Butterfly Fly Away by Miley Cyrus and Billy Ray Cyrus. Slipping Through My Fingers by ABBA.
Ooh,
You'll Be
that's
in My
gonna be-
Heart by Phil Collins.
You'll
It will be It will be slipping through my fingers now that I think about it. I love that song so much.
Oh my God, I just remembered. My dad wrote me a song when I was a baby. Maybe I'll dance to that.
Never Grew Up by Taylor Swift. Maybe he'll play it on the ukulele, your favorite
I
instrument.
fucking hate the ukulele. No, but he had one of his friends record it. It's somewhere at my house. I have a recording.
In the archives. God Only Knows by the Beach Boys. Sweet Pea by Amos Lee. I Loved Her First by Heartland, but I wouldn't want to do that one. I feel like that one's overdue. I'd veto that one because that would be my dad's pick.
Yeah.
Because You Loved Me by Celine Dion. Wonderful World by Louis Armstrong. Lullaby, parentheses, Goodnight My Angel by Billy Joel. Calico Skies by Paul McCartney. And Beautiful Boy by John Lennon. Except if I was to do Beautiful Boy, I'd have to have a live band and I'd have to have them change it to Beautiful Girl.
Yes, I agree. I agree completely.
So I'd only do that song if I had a live band present.
Yeah.
Which I don't think I'd want a live band, but, you know, things can change in the next 2 years.
So true.
Oh, wait. I remembered one of, I think, the most recent one. I can't remember the name of it, but I remember it's like, it goes, that's my daughter in the water. Everything she knows.
This has turned into like a Shazam podcast.
Yeah, I don't know the names of any songs.
Do a musical podcast. Oh my God, I was listening to this week's episode last week for you guys, but then when I started singing Careless Whisper and everyone's gassing me up, I sounded so bad. Stop telling me I sound good, because then I get a little excited to listen to the episode. I'm like, oh my God, voice of an angel. And then I listen to it and I'm like, oh my God, I'm going to kill myself.
Also, I want to say, it was 100 degrees. Oh my God.
The heat's getting to us.
Okay, I would like to say, it was 100 degrees today.
Heat waves been.
It took us about almost 2 hours to sit down and start recording. I fell asleep on the couch for about an hour.
I had to have lay down floor time as soon as I got home.
I also fell asleep upside down. I don't know how I did that. So addressing the elephant in the room, that's why morale is low. And I look like this.
Is so low.
Morale's so low.
I guess speaking of it being 100 degrees, we can get into what we tried to do to prevent it being 100 degrees in here the other day.
So we are filming this in me and Megan's apartment. Our AC.
No, this is a set.
What?
This is our set.
This is our studio.
Oh, yeah, our set.
It's our studio. We built it to just look like our apartment, but we're not in our apartment. We're actually at a studio.
This is an apartment simulation.
Yeah.
So at our real
it's
apartment,
all green screen.
in the beginning of the summer,
Don't move too quickly.
both of our ACs shit the bed. They stopped working, started blowing black mold at us. The other one started leaking.
And it smells like wet dog when you turn it on.
Yeah. So we got new ACs. My brother went to college, had an AC. So I went, perfect. We can have that one. So we ordered one brand new one. That one went in so smoothly.
It was like installed, because I was here for that installation. Maybe 20 minutes.
To rehire that handyman.
Yeah. Probably like 20 minutes. Less than a half hour.
Yeah.
So
That
quick.
included him unboxing it, reading directions, screwing things in.
Everything.
Everything.
The whole thing.
So easy. So we had so much hope. So the other AC lived at my parents' house for a few weeks until we had it driven in. Then it didn't get put in. And then we realized we were missing some parts. So I ordered the parts, wrong ones, send it back. Get the new one. Had hope. Realized it was the wrong one. Order the new one. We are missing a vital part on the AC unit.
We're missing the anchor that anchors it to the AC to the window.
So we are unable to put it in. So during this heat wave, we are running on one AC
For the whole apartment.
for the whole apartment.
And it's not as strong as our old one either. I miss that bitch.
She was a good one.
God, the best ACs are the ones that are like 10 years old. They're on their last legs. Look like you got it from like a crack house.
Unfortunately, it was covered in tape. It was
Yeah.
like taped together. But unfortunately, it was spewing black chunks at
yeah.
us. Unidentified black chunks.
And
Yeah.
that's when you have to
So-
let it go.
And
that's when you have
we
to
let it go.
And crazy enough, both of them were spewing black chunks.
In my old house in Yonkers, the house was so old that one of the ACs was actually, instead of a window, it was built into the side of the brick wall in the house. There was literally,
They bricked around it.
yes,
It was bricked up.
It's bricked up.
It was bricked
And
up
AC
on
that
a
was bricked up.
Tuesday.
I swear to God, I'm not kidding. That AC unit, my parents moved into that house in like the mid 90s. It was minimum, like the youngest it had to be was from like 1989. It was so old.
The year Taylor Swift was born.
Yes, it was so old, and somehow that thing just always worked, and it was literally in the side of the house. I don't know if that's like a thing with old houses.
My house has an AC in the side of the house.
But it
wasn't bricked up.
It was bricked up. It was fully bricked up. God, I miss that house. I don't miss living in Yonkers. I miss living in a brick house.
She's a brick
house.
Yeah.
So
would you say she was a brick house?
Yeah.
Yes.
So JoJo has been here for every time we've put in a new AC. First time, utter success. Second time, utter failure. It ended with us sweating in tears.
I would like to point out that I also slept over that night, so we were just having some fun with it. Taylor, we had this little tiny handsaw, and we were thinking like, okay, if our only issue is like the vent being a little too long, like the accordion part, we'll just cut it, fit it to the AC, because at this point we didn't know that we were missing a vital part. Taylor was sawing at this thing, and it got stuck, so she went to touch it, and it was like a cartoon character. She went, ow! And it flew out of her hand, and she went, oh, it's so hot.
It was so
and
hot.
And then it broke.
So hot.
You somehow managed to break a handsaw.
It was going at it too quick.
Happens.
It happens.
So then we had to use a steak knife.
That also got really hot.
That got so hot.
Which didn't even need to.
Nope.
How hot did it get?
So hot.
It's so hot.
So we are still without an AC. Vital part has been ordered.
Yeah. And you know what? We're gonna get it next time. As God is my witness, that was legitness. It will happen. It will happen.
We're hiring back our handyman.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. Even
'Cause
though I
then-
said I didn't want to see him again.
Yeah, because me and Meghan did try last night. Almost fell out the window.
You tried again last night?
Mm-hmm. Because we
Because
got...
we still weren't aware that we were missing the anchor part. We just thought we needed the like accordion sides to like properly fit the AC.
Oh, that's when you realized was
Mm-hmm.
last night. Oh.
Because I was looking at the directions and I was like, where's the anchor? And Taylor was like, it didn't come with an anchor. And I was like, what do you mean? It's in the picture. Where's the anchor? Turns out ACs are supposed to just come with the anchor so no one sells the anchor.
Crazy.
Don't throw away your AC anchor. If you have a
Looking at
window unit.
you, Mr. Moron. Ugh, I was on the phone with every single one of my family members last night screaming.
And none of them understood our issue because they were all like, just put it in the window. Just put it in, it'll be fine. And Taylor was like, no, it's not. I already tried that. And they were like, well, just do it.
Just do. And then I was like, no one is listening to me. I was hot and I was mad and angry and I just hung up on everyone.
And then we ate T-Pain chicken sandwiches.
Yeah.
Oh. How was it?
T-Pain-tastic.
Yeah.
T-Pain knows what he's doing with his chicken sandwiches.
Yeah. But due to the fact that about 100 degrees in this apartment, we're probably not going to make the full hour.
Mm-mm. I'm already
I'm
ready.
sweating through black. You can't, or maybe you can see it, but I'm sweating through black.
If anyone's going to sweat through black and someone's going to see, it's me. That's my specialty. Oh, my God.
I'm currently not wearing real pants and I'm sweating.
What are you wearing?
I'm wearing a dress. I'm not wearing pants.
Nike Pros.
Khakis.
Kickies. I am wearing...
Thank God I didn't wear pants today. Oh my God, I'd be dying. I would have done this pantsless. I would have.
I'm in pants.
Yeah, I don't know how you're doing
Why
that.
didn't you change?
Also, the AC's broken over on, like, the other side of the office, and they all got to work from home today.
Ah.
I was like, let us all work from home. This is unfair. I'm going to break our AC so I get to work from home.
I would say that's a human rights violation.
Mm-hmm.
That's unfair.
Speaking of hotness...
The Krusty Krab is unfair. Mr.
His
Krabs
crab's in there.
Plotting
Playing his oppression.
oppression.
No, wait.
Stealing-
Selling his concessions, plotting his oppression. Yeah.
Well, speaking of hotness, let's roll the Panty Dropper of the Week song. This week's panty dropper.
Taking a commercial break.
I need to get this done and over with.
Yeah.
So this week's panty dropper. I thought I was gonna have to fight. Not that I thought that I was gonna have to fight a little harder on this.
She can't think with the heat.
I can't. But I saw the videos of Jacob Elordi in Venice, and I was literally like drooling. Like
Dog emoji.
Woof,
literally.
woof, bark, bark.
Roof. Like I was literally like my jaw dropped. I went.
She needs some milk.
She needs some milk. Jacob Elordi is so fucking hot and
He
so
is
fucking tall.
So tall. What is he like?
Tweet.
Yeah.
If you're on audio, go to visual because I can't say the tweet off the top of my head. Oh wait, I have my phone. I can read it. Keep going.
He has to be what, minimum 6'5"?
He's probably like 6'6".
I would love to stand next to that man.
Oh, he's so fucking hot and he's Australian. I cannot. When I say I cannot wait for the.
I always forget he's Australian.
I know. I cannot wait to see him as Elvis.
It's going to be really interesting because I'm wondering how he's going to do that accent.
I don't know. Well, there's nothing with him speaking.
Maybe he's silent. He's a silent character.
Ooh.
Okay, this was the tweet. Sofia Coppola cast Jacob Elordi as Elvis after meeting him at a coffee shop. And then Sofia Coppola is quoted saying, "All the girls in the room just turned to him. They gravitated. It just felt like, yeah, he has that kind of charisma that I imagine Elvis had." And then someone quote tweeted it saying, "Well, yes, because he's a giant. If Hagrid walked into your local Dunkin', you'd turn around too."
I mean,
That's
he's
the funniest
so
tweet
tall.
ever. He's so tall.
Like, Zendaya is tall, and he towered over her.
Yeah.
God, I forgot they dated for a hot minute.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
I remember the tweet. Everyone was like, "It must be. She must like think it's nice to wear heels for once."
She loves a short king.
She does love
Hey.
shocking.
I can't blame her.
Also, I've spiraled, and I've been watching all the edits of Tom Holland and Zendaya. Love them.
Oh, they're so cute.
Love them.
Love them.
I love them. He's such like a...
Did you see the video where it was like her walking with, I can't remember who she's walking with, but he was just trailing behind her with the camera?
Yeah.
That one, like,
And
she
everyone was
posted...
like, does he forget he's famous too?
She posted a photo and he commented first.
First.
He's
First.
such, to quote Nikki, he's such a little mensch.
Such a little mensch. I love him. So cute.
But back to Jacob Elordi. Drop my panties this week.
He's always dropping panties.
Yeah, but you forget about him.
So true. You are so true.
We were going over the pod topics for today, and Taylor goes, "Okay, panty dropper of the week," and she goes, "Jacob Elordi." And me and Joe turn to each other and we go, "Okay, fine." And Taylor goes, "I thought I was gonna have to fight a little harder for that." We were both like, "Why?"
She was like so suspicious. She goes, "I thought I was gonna have to fight a little harder."
Well, I was ready to go down and fight.
But why would you?
I don't
feel
know.
Like
What
it's
did
a
you
pretty...
think we were both gonna be like? Ugh,
Ew.
No, but I literally had videos to prove why he should be.
You didn't need to prove it. We believe you.
She was citing her sources.
I was, and I was,
MLA format.
specifically him at Venice. At Venice,
Yes.
At the Venice
Venice
Film Festival.
Yeah. At the Venice Film Festival in Venice.
Yeah, in California. Yeah.
At the Venice Film Festival.
He is scrumdiddlyumptious. I eat that shit up.
Girl breakfast, dinner, lunch, and snack.
Wrong
dessert?
order, but sure.
And dessert.
Who's girl dessert? Who would we We should do an episode where we categorize different
Ooh.
like male celebrities as girl breakfast, girl
Girl
lunch,
lunch.
girl snack, girl dinner, girl dessert, girl brunch.
What order did I say it in before?
Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snack, dessert.
No, she forgot dessert. I added
Oh.
dessert.
No, I think I said girl dinner, girl breakfast, girl lunch.
Yeah.
We should do that though.
It will be an
Nikki-
episode in the future.
Nikki will have to be here for that. She will have to
I
be
know
here for
she
that.
has something
Yeah.
to say.
Put your girl breakfast, lunch, dinner, dessert in the comments below.
And little snacks,
And little snacks.
afternoon delights,
Morning delights.
midnight snacks.
Oh, because I do have some
Ooh.
midnight snacks, and they're very different from my afternoon snacks.
Yes.
Yes.
Afternoon and midnight snacks are completely,
Completely different.
Your
Like-
little drunk snacks.
Oh, and the drunk snacks
Drunk
are different.
food.
Ooh. Like the first one. Okay, let's do one.
Your girl munchies.
Ooh. Because my girl midnight snack, the first one that came to my head is the guy from 365. Can't think of his name.
When I said girl munchies, the first guy that popped in my head was Nick Kroll. He's my cup of tea when I have the munchies.
Yeah.
When I have girl
honestly,
munchies.
He's from Westchester. Just saying.
Wow.
What's
Harry
just
Styles
thinking?
is the godfather of his kid.
I'm going to say
I knew
Harry
that.
Styles from Westchester. He's saying, no, he's not.
He's from Holmes Chapel.
Manchester. Oh,
He's from Holmes Chapel.
sorry.
None of them are from Manchester.
I just made that up. It sounded like Westchester.
Are you thinking Louis from Doncaster?
Sure. I know. Tell me Fury's from Manchester. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, can we take a break? I'm so hot.
Yeah.
We're in our dating era.
We're in our dating era.
How else are you gonna find husbands?
Mm-hmm.
Unfortunately, you can't get a husband just sitting around looking so incredibly sexy on your ass. You
No.
have to. It seems like no one wants to work these days.
No one wants to work these days.
No
So
one
you have
wants to
to
work these
get
days.
up and work.
Yeah.
So we're in our dating era.
How am I supposed to get divorced?
Yeah.
Not my dating era.
The most elegant thing a woman can do is get divorced before 30.
Get divorced before 30.
So I kicked off my dating era this week.
With a date.
I went on a date.
I'm so proud.
I'm
Just
so
how you were
proud
so
of
proud of
you.
me. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you.
You did FaceTime me about 5 minutes before you left with the fear of God in your eyes. But you looked so good.
You
thought I was
looked
gonna throw
so
up.
hot and
You looked
sexy.
so good.
Thank you. I did go forward with hating him.
And that's so fine.
but that's
And that's
fine.
okay
Because
because
you have to awkwardly hug a couple frogs before you can raw dog your prince.
I was going to say,
Yeah.
did you awkwardly hug? But you did because you showed me how he hugged you. And that
I did an example.
was the worst hug.
we should do an insert. We should record you guys doing that hug and then do an insert because I think we should show them how
A
this man
visual.
hugged.
So if you're on audio, go to visual real quick. I feel like we always say that and then we never actually put
Let's
in
do it this time because it's so funny.
Because I'm like, oh my god, we'll just insert it like you guys have to see and then we never
Yeah.
do.
What was I gonna say? Oh, I had something good.
Did you forget it?
What'd you say before? You have to. Oh! I know.
You have to awkwardly hug a couple frogs to raw dog your prince.
The good thing about going on a date and not being into them at all or not that into them is that it makes you realize what you don't like, which is even more important than knowing what you like because you kind of have an idea, a very general idea of what you like. It's really hard to know what you don't like because you don't know what you don't know until it happens.
I think the date overall was like fine. Like it wasn't. There was nothing bad. There was not like one story that stood out to me.
He's a wallpaper connoisseur.
That's just a little
I'm
like,
getting there.
yeah.
But there was nothing like bad that stood out to me.
You weren't sitting there going like, this guy's a serial killer or like,
Yeah.
I'm afraid of him or he's really disgusting
I just kind of
me.
sat there and I was like, I
Feel no attraction to
I
you
should
whatsoever.
want to like make out with you right now,
Yeah.
and I had no urge, and I was like, don't even touch me, like don't even try to hold my hand across the table.
Did you
Even
feel that way
then-
before you went on the date?
What?
That you were like, oh.
I thought he was gonna be really cool.
I thought he was going to
That's
be
why
really
I was
cool
really
too.
scared because I thought he was gonna be really cool and funny, and I thought he was gonna be cooler than me.
Yeah, when I went on
That's
my
why I
date,
was so nervous.
I was like, I don't want
And then as soon as we sat down, I went,
date.
I'm way cooler than you. No offense, but yeah. So overall, I think he showed me what I'm not looking for in someone, which I think is great.
That's honestly really great. It's
Yeah.
really, really great. And you got to sit there and go like, not that this matters, but go like, I'm
like a
too good.
practice date.
Like I'm too good for this, but like
yeah.
I feel like I need more.
So like we were
Which is
kind of
good.
talking, and just immediately once we were talking, I realized we didn't have much in common. He worked in film. He was like a huge film bro.
Which sounds cool.
He works in set design, and then he turns to me and he goes, "What clothes are to you, wallpaper is to me." And I said, "That's awesome."
Awesome. Also, how do you know I'm obsessed with clothes?
I went, that is awesome. I'm so happy for you."
Also, wallpaper.
And then I would just like tell
Interesting.
jokes, and he like didn't really laugh at them. And granted, they weren't like the funniest jokes, but I mean,
You need
if,
to have the
like,
same sense of humor.
If
That's
you
so
had my sense of
huge.
humor, you would have
Yeah.
you would have at least chuckled, and he
Yeah.
didn't get it. Like
He
I
didn't chuckle.
asked him what the most recent like film he worked on, and he was like, "Oh, a kung fu movie." And I was like, "Oh, the 2010 film Kung Fu Panda." And he said, "No, I didn't work on that."
Oh.
And I said, "I was just kidding. I know you didn't work on the 2010 film Kung Fu Panda."
Yeah.
And then
a set design for a cartoon movie.
he was like, "No, it was a live action movie." And I was like, "Oh, okay, so it wasn't the 2010 film Kung Fu Panda."
Are you
Noted.
sure?
Duly noted.
Yeah.
And then the bar, it was like this dive bar. It's called the Library, if anyone listening is
Was
from
it
New York.
cool?
No.
It sounds like it'd be cool.
maybe maybe under other circumstances it could have been, but under those it wasn't really.
Your Uber driver said they had really cheap shots.
Yeah, my Uber driver goes, "Is this the bar with the shots?" And I went, "Sure." So then they also had like a projector of a movie on. No sound though. You could just like watch the visuals of the movie.
Do you think that's why he picked it? Because they always play movies?
He had never seen the movie, but he knew the movie. And
What movie was it?
I don't even know. I've never seen it. It was like an old movie, and then whatever the movie finishes, and then like the title screen comes on because it was from a DVD. And he goes, "Oh my God, this movie is probably one of my favorite title screens." And then I go, "Not the DVD of Shrek 2?" I said, "That one is one of the best title screens." He goes, "Never seen it."
He's in film and he's never seen Shrek 2, one of the best movies
and I was
ever
like,
made.
Far Away Idol? You didn't have the option? He's like, "What's it look like?" And I was like, "Oh, well, it's a bunch of like their heads are in like squares, kind of similar to like the Brady Bunch theme song, and then they're all kind of yelling at each other. And when you click one of their heads for the extras, you get to play Far Away Idol." And he's like, "Oh, cool." And I was like, I don't know if I love you.
Not a hit in my book.
Not a hit in my book.
It's the funniest thing you've ever said. Wasn't a hit in my book.
Wasn't a hit in my book. So then we're just kind of talking. We don't really have much in common, so it's kind of like a lot of back and forth. But then I kind of realized I think I want a little bit more of a gentleman.
Okay, no, that's good.
He wasn't very gentlemanly. As soon as I got there, I was probably about like, we were meeting at 8, and I got there around like 8:05, 8:06. So I had texted that I was on my way, and he's like, "Oh, okay, like I'm here early, like a nerd, whatever." So
like
then
he said that you are not saying that.
he said, "I'm there early like a nerd."
Okay.
Oh, I have to get back to the nerd thing. But anyway, he said, "I'm there early like a nerd, whatever." I walk in. He already has a drink. And he's like, "I have a tab open at the bar if you want to go get yourself a drink."
Red flag number one.
And then I'm sitting at the bar, and I'm like, "Shouldn't you have gotten me a drink?" And I was like, better yet, shouldn't you have texted me? If you're willing to already pay for the drink, to be like, "Hey."
He should have been like, "What do you want a drink? What do you want?" Or like, go up with you. Tell you to sit down and go up. Like anything but that. Anything.
Because I think it would have been a red, because this is 100% a red flag. When you told me that, I was on the phone with JoJo, and I literally went,
yeah. Got a live reaction.
But if he had already had the drink sitting there, I don't know if I would have drank it, because I was like,
you don't know. No, but also like he could have just waited for you to come, said,
and
"I'll go
two drinks."
Either gone up or been like, "Let me go up with you when you get your drink," because it's the principle.
Yeah.
So then he did that, and I was kind of sitting at the bar, and I was like, I feel like you should have gotten my drink for me, but whatever.
Yeah.
It's fine. Now I know I'm not roofied. I don't think this guy's the type of guy to roofie anyway. But so I go back to the table. We're talking. We're having our drink. And then he's like, "I'm going to get another drink. You're not going to judge me, right?" Because I told him I was only having one because I'd work the next day. And he goes, "You're not going to be like one of those people that judges me for getting a second drink." And I was like, "No, I'm not." I was like, "Go for it." And in my head, I was like, "I want to go home. Don't get another drink. I want to go home."
But it's also a weird thing to say to someone, like, "You're not going to judge me, right?" Should I? Why would I?
Yeah.
Should I?
You're getting a second drink on a date at a bar.
So then as the date goes on, and this is like no hate to him, whatever, ADHD, we all have a little bit of it, but I wouldn't have noticed it as much if he didn't keep pointing it out to me. So then his drink was on a coaster. He's completely ripping up this coaster, tearing up this coaster. And I would have noticed if he wasn't like, "Oh my God, I'm so crazy. I'm so silly." Like,
He's so random.
I can't stop doing this. And then after a while, he like puts the scraps in front of me and he goes, "So this way, if anyone comes over, I can blame it on you." And I was like, okay.
You went on a date with a 7-year-old.
Literally.
Also, he had the energy, and if you know, of someone who should have been in a fedora. Like, the more he's talking to me, I'm like, you are missing a fedora on your head.
A fedora with a feather?
A feathered fedora. He needed a fedora like he needed air in his lungs.
And that's going to be another thing we need to talk about is fedora energy.
He had fedora energy. And
Like one that would be a little too small for his head.
Just like a fedora. He
Just a
needed
fedora.
a fedora.
Not a troubadour?
Not a troubadour.
Triboli?
What?
Troubadour is like...
No, that's what J1 called it.
Was it? Or was it a Triboli?
No, he called it a troubadour. I don't know if it was.
Italian food.
Stromboli?
A Triboli?
Tripoli? That's a city in Ireland.
I don't know.
Well,
Moving on.
bringing it back to J1.
Yeah.
Also, I like how we like completely have doxed this man's entire life on this podcast. We said his full government name, where he works.
That's what happens when you hit on people who tell you they're 20 and you're like 50. Get a life.
38.
Okay, J1. Oh my god, I'm sweating. But so he had the energy of someone who should wear a fedora, and then the more he's talking about like his interests and what he's into, like I don't even like. He was a nerd, but not in like the typical sense of like a nerd. Like, oh my god, like I like Marvel movies. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
I'll geek out.
Sue
on
me.
those. Sue me. But like he didn't. It wasn't even about like Marvel movies. Like he was just in every sense of the word like a complete nerd. And I can't even like explain.
You're gonna need to give me more.
Like just like he was just a nerd.
Give me more than that.
Like he was growing up, he was getting stuffed in lockers.
Probably with his fedora on.
Like, do you
Well,
mean
also,
the
I
way
think
he
that's
like?
sometime- just the way like he presented himself
Okay,
and like the
was
way
he
he's
like
talking,
like the way like his mannerisms?
Yes, it was more like his mannerisms.
Okay.
He was a nerd.
He was
Like,
not
you
like
expected-
animated.
Not in terms of like what he liked, just because like what he liked was like normal film bro.
What was
film
his
bro
voice
stuff.
like?
It wasn't distinctive. It was just a voice.
Okay.
There's nothing like wrong with it.
Did he look like his profile?
He did and he didn't. He kind of looked like Brendan Urie from Panic at the Disco mixed with someone else.
Wow.
And hey, that's for someone. That's not my cup of tea.
Yeah.
And you know that
personally.
now.
Yeah, I
And
know,
you know
that.
now.
So he just needs to find his fedora queen, and that wasn't me. He's just a fedora king looking for his fedora
No,
queen.
I feel like a fedora king needs a ukulele queen.
And then, like, the more I was talking to him, just, like, the way he's talking, I'm like, I don't think any of my friends would like you. I don't think anyone in my family would like you.
It's
like,
such a big thing. Like, if I am going on a date with someone and I think I want to see them again, like, you have to be able to get along with my friends and interact with them. But chances are, if you're not, like, if you get my sense of humor, you'll probably be able to get along with my friends. And if you don't, then I'm not going on a second date with you.
Yeah.
Period.
and he was just one of those guys that I feel like could just, like, talk and talk and talk. And everyone knows someone that has a significant other like that. And they're like, oh, my God, I got stuck talking to Bobby today at the barbecue. And everyone's like, oh, my God, like, thank God you tapped Susie in to talk to him.
You don't want to be the girl who has the boyfriend that no one wants around.
Yeah.
That everyone hates. That, like, isn't fun to be around, is annoying.
He also was a little bit know-it-all-y.
Ew.
But,
Like, you feel like he would nerd out about movies and everyone would be like,
yeah.
It's not a conversation, it's him talking at you.
yeah.
That's what some of the date felt like, because, like, I'd ask him a question, just, like, a general, like, what's your favorite color? And he wouldn't ask it back to me.
Yeah.
And I was like,
And it's like a run-on where
Like, he had
yeah.
zero social skills.
I was like, I don't love that kind of thing. But whatever. Some of these things also I'd be willing to look past if I just had, like, the physical connection to him.
Yeah.
I was just gonna say, it's so easy to look past that when
When you
you're-
have the physical
when you're
connection.
attracted to each other. Even if you know you're not gonna go past the first date, you're like, I'll kiss you a little bit,
Yeah.
and we'll just have fun that way. And like, at least I can say like
I had a smooch.
yeah, no, or at least I can say that part of the date was good. When it's none, like neither.
Yeah, but just, like,
Yeah.
10 minutes in, I was like,
the time.
I'm not feeling it.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm not getting, like, the butterflies I had on the way there, they're gone. Like, I don't feel anything
Crush
for you.
ended.
Your butterflies die.
You're unfortunately, like, the complete opposite of the personality I made up for you in my head.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so sorry, King. But
Hey, so I noticed you weren't following the script I had for you in my
yeah,
head.
so sorry. But anyway, the date's ending. He's like, okay, I'm going to go pay the tab. I'll be right back. And I was like, okay, so I'm ordering my Uber on my phone. I'm like, I need to get out of here. So then he comes back. He goes, okay, I'll pay it up. And I go, okay, great. Thank you so much. And then we start walking out of the bar. And he immediately walks in front of me. And there's kind of like enough room for us to at least walk like together. And granted, if he tried to hold my hand, I probably would have held it back just to be nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But like in my head, I was like, please don't.
Yeah, but also it's like the fact that he walked in front of you without trying to hold your hand, it's just like not gentlemanlike.
Yeah. And then he didn't hold the door open for me when we were leaving because he was the first one out. So then I was like,
Last straw.
And then we just kind of like start walking out and he goes, okay, well, which way are you heading? And I said, believe it or not, I'm actually too close to walk. No.
Too far to walk, too close to take a train.
Yes. So I was like, I'm Ubering. And he's like, oh my God, you're so bougie. You're so fancy. Blah, blah, blah. I was like, it's an $11 Uber. You just bought me an $11 vodka soda, probably.
Yeah.
Cancels out, babes. Whatever I was going to pay on drinks, I'm paying on the Uber. So then I was like, yeah, well, that's what I'm doing. And he said, okay, well, I'm going to go. And then he gave me the worst hug in the world, where he slapped my back. And then he walked away, and I waited outside alone for my Uber.
That is so
Insane.
crazy.
And again, like with the hand-holding thing, I was like, I mean, the Uber was like probably a minute away. I was like, I really like don't feel like making another minute of conversation, but like I'll do it if I have to, you know? And in my head, I was like, he should wait with me for the Uber.
He let you down in every single aspect.
And then he just kind of walked away, and I was like, okay, get home safe. And they didn't tell me to get home safe as well.
Did he text you at all after the date?
I also didn't text him, and I think my body language was probably very...
saying that you were uncomfortable.
I never, like, put my hand on the table for him to hold. My hand was always, like, near me.
Like to yourself.
Like, yeah. So I think my body language also could have given it away, and the fact that I had one drink.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that you didn't want to, like, prolong the date with him. He probably, honestly, like, I'm not going to psychoanalyze him. He probably, maybe he realized, like, halfway through.
I'm assuming he probably got the vibe that I wasn't going to ask for a second date or kiss him on the way out.
And because of that, maybe that's why he did that. Even then, that's kind of messed up. You should just be a nice person.
Because anytime there's, like, kind of, like, an awkward silence, he'd kind of start giving me fuck me eyes, and I'd be like, so as a film bro, what's your favorite movie? And I would just like keep like word vomiting just so he would stop looking at me like that, and I'm like, I'm not.
There's nothing worse than when someone who you're not attracted to gives you fuck me eyes. Holy shit.
I was like, I don't want to, like,
you
also,
were literally
he kept spitting on me.
Oh.
He kept spitting on me, which is like a fine. If I was attracted to him, I could look past it, but the fact that I already wasn't, well, not attracted, he was cute. He just wasn't.
If I was attracted to him, I'd let him spit on me.
Let him spit on me
like,
all
if
day.
He was just kind of like, every once in a while, like, I just feel like a drop on my arm, and I was like, But if I thought he was cute, I'd be willing to look past it, because I'd be like, okay, well, at least I'm going to have sex with you.
Yeah.
You know?
Or, like, at least, like, I want you to kiss me or whatever. It won't matter if you spit on me if your tongue is going to be in my mouth in, like, an hour.
Yeah.
So it's just kind of things like that. And I was like, well, now I know what I'm not looking for.
Which is great.
Awesome.
Yeah. Which is great, because you know what? You can kind of have, like, you'll probably have less and less dates like that now that you can kind of get that vibe a little bit from, like,
and also,
people.
I think it was Nikki, because she texted me last night, and she's like, oh my God, I thought your date was tonight yesterday. And she was like, usually when guys, because his whole bit on Hinge was that it was all about him at this one restaurant specifically.
You can say it.
It was him at the Rainforest Cafe. And
matters.
I thought it was funny. And she goes, usually when, like, I've noticed sometimes when guys are like that, their personality usually does not match, kind of thing.
Because they
so
have,
like, that makes sense.
They only have one good joke.
Also, I never asked him about it.
And
he never brought it up.
That's even weirder that he didn't bring it up. That he wasn't like, so what did you think of my Rainforest Cafe?
And he also never brought up the fact that he, like, texted me to meet up, but he didn't send for, like, a few days. And then when I answered, he was like, oh my God, I'm, like, out of the country right now.
Weird energy.
Yeah. But you did come home, and you said that dating wasn't as scary as you thought.
It's not as scary.
You always think that after you go on a date, right? Like, you have the build up, and it seems...
You have the butterflies in the car.
Yeah.
You
It
have
seems
the fake
bigger than it
personality
is.
you've created for them in your head.
Seems bigger than it is. You go on the date, and you're like, you're a person.
Yeah.
Did you
That's
get the
it.
same feeling where you're like, I'm never going out alone unless I'm dating again?
Not really. I kind of got more of, like, the, oh my God, it's not that scary, I can do it. But I also know that I'm going to feel like I'm going to throw up every time, just regardless, because that's just who I am. I'm going to have a panic attack before I go on the date.
And one day, you're going to go on a date, and you're going to be excited for it and not have a panic attack. It's coming.
Because then when I was in the car, I had the butterflies, and I was like, I feel like if it was the right person, my body there should be something there.
Yeah.
I agree.
The universe should be giving me some sort of a sign that this is, like, a good date.
You should be
know, and the
excited
feeling's
for a date.
neutral.
Or, like, a good nervous. That's why
I should want to get a second drink on the date.
No, like, that's why I don't just, like, go on dates just to go on them. I don't believe in forcing myself to do things just for the experience. If it feels right, do it. If not, don't.
Yeah.
But there's a difference between your anxiety and your intuition.
This one was a little bit of both, because I was like, I know I just, like, have to.
You should,
I just have to kickstart it. Because once
it
I
was
go
good
into one
practice.
and I
It was good
realized it's not
practice.
scary, I can do it again. Also, in my head, I thought he was going to be way cooler than he was.
And that also gives a lot
that
to,
also
like...
made it scarier for me in my head, because I was like, oh my, he's going to be so awesome.
But that also adds
was
to, like,
not.
oh, I'm definitely going to be attracted to him because he seems cool and funny. If you're cool and funny, like, you could be a solid, like, 5. I'll take you all the way up to an 8 for me.
And also, like, I know this is something people can't change about themselves, but he was an only child.
Oh.
And no offense
No.
if you're an only child
No.
listening. Like, I see you, I hear you, I love you. but I don't want to date one. I've had too many friends that have dated an only child, and it's just like,
I've dated an only child. It's the worst thing ever. They are so selfish. I'm so sorry. Kings and queens, you deserve love, just not from me.
yeah. Hey, there's a lid for every pot.
Yeah.
And unfortunately, if you're an only child, I am not your lid.
No, not your lid. But yeah.
But yeah, that was
your...
my date.
And then Taylor...
So...
They let phone sex.
No. Opposite. The complete opposite. So as we are in
Love good phone sex.
our dating era. Really?
What?
You like phone sex?
It's not bad.
I
Think about those Instagram DMs.
I've had phone sex once.
Not my proudest moment.
And I had to keep muting myself because I was laughing.
Well, you shouldn't be laughing if it's with the right person.
Well, I did not like this person.
Not with the right person.
I have a feeling it wasn't with the right person, Taylor.
Maybe.
You're laughing during phone sex. That's really funny.
Oh my god, I'm gonna come, and you're like,
Literally,
Mute.
I was in the dark so that he couldn't see me because I was like, I knew I was gonna laugh.
and every once in a while you're just unmuting yourself, going, yeah, mute.
Yeah, literally.
What? Was it? No, that was a different time.
Yes,
Okay. I was gonna say, when did I miss this?
this was last summer.
Oh. That's
So
really funny.
in my dating era, so I've gotten back on Hinge, and I matched with someone, and they immediately gave me their number after like a few exchanges, and he was funny. We had like good banter, but I was like, I don't know if I like love the vibe, because I saw the one prompt which I liked, and that's what got us into the banter, but I didn't really look at the rest of the profile.
That's important. My hair is sticking to my neck.
Yeah. And then once I looked at the rest of the profile, I was like, some of these photos are questionable. They are icking me out a little bit.
Is my banter too good?
And so then I was like, you know what? Because I didn't answer him for like 5 days. And then I was like, you know what?
Damn. I do a lot of things when I'm bored.
I was like, I'm a little bored. And I was like, you know what? Fuck it. Let's do it for the plot. We had been texting for a singular day. It might not have been even 24 hours. It might have been a few hours. And me and Meghan are on the train back to the city. And we're chatting, we're texting. And earlier in the day, I had gotten a phone call from Amazon, like being like, we can't deliver your package, blah, 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 blah. So I get a phone call when I'm on the train. And my immediate thought was, it's Amazon trying to deliver the package again. So I pick it up and I go, hello.
Mind you, 2 minutes before he goes, can I call you? But she completely forgot that.
No, I didn't see that. He called right after he sent the message. And a vital part in this, I don't save numbers until I think that there's going to be
Good for you.
like
Worthy.
Yeah.
Because my messages auto delete after a month. So you're not clogging up my contact list. Because once it dies, it dies. Like it's over. I don't have your phone number because I don't even know.
Clean break.
So you're not clogging up my contact list. And if for some reason I do end up saving your number, it doesn't go to the graveyard when it dies.
Taylor's graveyard of Hinge matches.
So I was on the phone and then I see it and I'm like, oh, it's fucking Amazon. So I go, hello. And then they were like, hello. And I go, who is this? And he goes, really? And then it clicks in my head that it's the kid.
Taylor immediately hangs up.
I immediately hang up. I was so embarrassed. And I was like, oh. And then I had seen the message where he was like, hey, I'm stuck in traffic. Can I call you? And I was like, oh, shit.
Also, I'm not saying this to be a bitch. I'm really not. You are a Hinge match. He is stuck in traffic and he wants to call his Hinge match.
So weird. Do you not have any friends?
Yeah.
You guys haven't even been on a date yet.
You've been talking for 24 hours, maybe less than.
That's crazy.
So then
dare I say that's a red flag?
That's an insane thing to do. If I was in a car in traffic, I don't even know if I'd call anybody. I think I'd just put on a podcast and I'd say, I'm not bothering anyone.
Put on music like a regular person.
So weird. So then, whatever, we go. He was like, that was kind of weird. And I was like, sorry, bro. I was like, I didn't have your number saved. Like,
I'm owning it.
And so then we were texting, whatever. Next night, we had been texting, and he was like, hey, can I call you tonight? And I was like, I am still, like, doing some work. Like, once I finish, I will text you, and like, if you're still in traffic, whatever. So I was on the phone with Joe.
Yes.
This was after you'd left for your date. Oh, I don't think I even told you this. So
I lived this.
I texted him and I was like, hey, like, just finished up work. Like, are you still in traffic? And he goes, unfortunately.
Did you loop him into your FaceTime call?
Oh, I should have.
Oh my God, you should have.
And he goes, unfortunately, I am not in traffic. I am home eating dinner with my mom.
He lives with his mother.
He lives at home. And I was like,
Also, phones at the dinner table?
and then he was like, but like, I can call you later, like, whatever.
This guy wants a wife. He wants a wife.
So I was like, yeah, like, text
Meghan,
me.
he's free.
And he was like, okay, I will. Did not text me. The next morning I get a message. I fell asleep. And I was like, I just said LOL. We chatted all day yesterday. I sent the last message yesterday afternoon. He was like, how's work? And I was like, you know, like, doing work, but
How's work? Doing work.
I was like,
Maybe that's why you didn't answer.
well, he was like, how was work? Busy? And I was like, kind of, not really. I keep procrastinating. We'll see what time I end.
Doing work.
Just
And
doing work.
that's when it ended. And I'm like, I'm not double texting you.
No. Also,
So I think I'm being ghosted.
But
so like,
you also were kind of giving that you didn't like him, so maybe he just took the hint.
I don't know. But yesterday I did
When
say,
you
I
were
was like, I
sending the
like the
message, you
attention.
said, doing work.
Doing work.
Well, that's, yeah, I guess. But I was like, I like the attention.
I was gonna say, do you like him or is he just there?
I think he's just there.
Yeah.
But
That's a good question. I urge all women to ask themselves.
oh, the hotter one ghosted me like so long ago. He
Well, you
had
just said
such
that-
pretty eyes.
Rip to a king.
Oh, the pretty eyes guy.
Yeah.
Pretty eyes guy.
Yeah, but he was also like giving ick.
Oh.
Cause I'd be like, oh, what do you do for work? And he said, and I was like, oh, do you like it? No.
Oh.
Like, he never asked a question about myself. About
He's
me.
not worth it then.
Yeah. But he had such pretty eyes.
You shouldn't have to beg a guy to be interested in you.
Yeah. And then I would be like, oh, like, where are you from? Like, I'm home visiting my parents for the weekend. Do you get to go home a lot? No. Does that make you sad?
No.
No. Like, I was like, he was like, I hate where I live.
He's giving nothing. If he's giving
Yeah.
nothing,
He's also kind of giving miserable,
yeah.
which you don't need.
Yeah, he's giving
That's so
sad.
true. So
You don't need, like,
I haven't been
I
back
don't
on
know.
Hinge since. We'll see what
I
happens.
haven't been on Hinge in like a week. I have to secure a date for the date party.
oh, do
I'm
we
not
want to give an update? I apparently have a date. Apparently I have 2 dates. I don't know how that
Your
happened.
date might bring a friend.
He is bringing a
Whoop,
friend,
whoop.
and-
who could be my date.
He's like, does anyone need a date? And at the time, I thought you had someone. So I was like, no, but he can come. And he was like, okay. So
Well, we'll have extra people there.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
said yes to someone, but
We have to see.
I don't know.
Cause we have to go through who we invited and who's single and who will like.
well,
have a
and the
date or not.
second I told this guy, yeah, like the board has approved your application because his answers were funny, like 10 guys responded to my prompt saying I want to come.
Bring them.
I can't entertain that many men.
I
I
know
can
who
do
Ken.
I can do 1. I can handle 2. I think more than
Well,
2.
my quest was, my mission was to bring 5, and I barely have 1 because the one person.
I have more dates than you right now.
Yeah, because the one
Crazy.
person that I did say yes to because somebody was like, he's so funny. I don't think I'm attracted to him. I don't think it's gonna go anywhere, and I feel bad.
Yeah, that is.
I feel bad. I feel sad.
I would.
You don't think I feel bad?
I would like.
Uncut Gems.
God,
Oh my god, what accent was I doing on the train the other day?
so today,
Wait, guys.
like-
It is so hot. We have 5 minutes left.
Okay.
Do we want to do? Do we have a panty riser /
Yes.
TikTok of the week?
Okay. So, which Taylor's TikTok?
Wait, no.
Taylor's TikTok of the week. Taylor's TikTok of the week. She's watching TikToks left and right. She's Taylor's TikTok of the week. Taylor's TikTok of the week. That was very weird to sing that in third person.
Well, I thought you were
First-
gonna start doing the.
I should
'Cause
have.
usually once I start it, then you'll go, and then I'll just sing it.
Well, I'm too hot.
Okay. Taylor's TikTok of the week. I'm sweating.
So I
I'm
have.
sweating.
I'm
That's our TikTok.
I'm gonna mention 2 TikToks
Okay.
because technically one is a TikTok, one is a TikToker.
Okay, rapid fire.
So first we'll talk about the TikToker. I fear I'm in love with him.
Okay.
Hey, been there.
Been there.
Been there, done that.
There's one thing I'm gonna be. It's in love with a TikToker.
And I am so in love with him that
How in love are you?
so in love.
You
Crush
so
is
in
on?
love.
What?
Crushes on.
Crush is
Are you
so
crazy
on.
in love right now?
No. I can't do that.
Okay. Sorry,
It's
sorry,
too
sorry.
hot. So Dom on TikTok, I'm calling you out. I fear I'm in love with you, and hit us up. Hit me up. I would gladly fly to Hawaii to go on a date with you.
His name is just Dom.
Yeah, I think.
Legal name.
Dom.
Well, that's his TikTok name. Dom.
Which is also your legal name. Is your TikTok name.
Dom.
So Dom, I love you. I love your videos. I feel like our personalities would get along well. Even if I just want to be your friend that I was in love with.
Oh, yeah. That's great. We all need a friend we're in love with.
Yeah. Because
God,
I really
need a friend I'm in love with.
also Leo Skempy. I want to be his friend so bad.
When you told us that before I saw his face, me and Joe turning to each other and going, "You made that name up."
You made that name up.
I did
No,
not.
his name is Leo Skempy.
It is. Want to be
And
your
it
friend,
is.
King. If you're ever in New York, hit us up.
God, also hit us up if you want to be my friend that I can be in love with.
Yes.
Love
Dom,
that.
you got any TikTok friends or friends in general? So second TikTok, which is an actual TikTok. So I saw a TikTok of this girl and she's making her breakfast and she is talking about how she had lived with her boyfriend for 2 or 3 years.
A long time to live with someone.
Yeah. And she goes, he is moving out because we've been dating. We've lived together. We know we're going to be together. His brother is finally of age to live on his own.
So 18.
Like, I don't know.
Maybe graduate college.
And she goes, so my boyfriend is moving out to move into an apartment down the street with his brother.
It's weird.
Babes.
Weird. Having a feeling like that's not the only reason.
Yeah.
Having a strange, funny feeling.
And she's made like a comeback and she's like, no, like people had so much to say. Like we love each other. There's nothing wrong. Like now it's going to make the heart grow fonder. Like we're with each other every single day.
The heart grows fonder down the street.
And she's like, now like,
Heart goes wander down the street.
Name,
like-
name of my new book.
she's like now like,
Name
yeah.
of the episode, The Heart Grows Fonder Down the Street.
And she was like, now like we can have like activities. Like I can go to his apartment. He can come to this one. Like I'll
Like you're dating again?
yeah.
You just took a step back in your relationship.
That's what
which
everyone's
is fine
saying.
if you want to do that. But if you're saying that there was no earthly reason other than him just wanting to live with his brother,
And she was like, when is he ever going to live with his brother on his, like, when is he ever going to live with his brother? And everyone in the
But he
comments was
grew up
like,
with him.
yeah, everyone was like, did he not grow up with him? Is this a half step brother? Like,
even then, why can't the brother just live with you guys
that's what I'm
in
saying.
a separate bedroom? Get
No
a new
offense,
apartment.
If anyone's listening lives with their siblings, it's weird if you live with your sibling.
Yeah. Like, after, like, your parents aren't there. It's just, like, I get it if it's, like, a brother and a brother.
Or a
I
sister
get
and a
it
sister,
if
but
maybe,
even then,
like you both live really far away and you're both
Mhm.
moving to somewhere new and like maybe one already lives there kind of thing. I can see that. But even then, like if I moved to California right now and in like a year my brother's like, I'm moving, I'm gonna live with you, I'd be like, no,
Mm-hmm.
get your own place.
Yeah.
That's weird.
yeah.
Also, I would not want to live with my brother.
Well, you're also like it's different
I
for
lived with
me.
him long enough.
Yeah.
It's different for me because I have a sister. Like I
Yeah.
don't have a sibling of the opposite sex. It's not that I like wouldn't live with Sophie because we're so close in age.
Mhm.
We're 18 months apart. So it's more of like I get along more with my sisters now because I don't live with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We had
You have to
really
microdose each other.
really
Yeah.
funny moments living together, but also you get on each other's nerves. That's why it's even better when I see them now.
But, like,
Because-
imagine me bringing a guy back and I'm like,
Yeah.
my brother's in
Yeah.
the next room.
Well, it's like how the people on 5 or 4.
Yeah,
Siblings.
that's a different story. But, like, that's insane to me. Like,
Yeah.
or he brings a girl back. Like,
Yeah.
ick. I do
don't
not
want
want
to
to
hear
know.
you having
Boundaries.
sex.
Boundaries.
The only
Sibling
reason I
boundaries.
want to know you've had sex is if for some reason your girlfriend's having a baby.
Yeah.
That's the
Yeah.
only way I should know that you've ever had sex.
Yeah.
Other than that,
Do not tell me.
No.
don't tell me, don't talk to me, don't give me any sort of inkling. I don't care. I don't want to know. You do you. I'll find out when and if you have a baby.
Yeah.
Yeah, when and if
Yeah.
it makes it.
If it makes it.
But yeah. So, babes, we hear you, we see you, we understand you, but just know,
I'm not standing with you. I'm sorry, I can't on this one.
yeah.
Panty riser of the week.
That's the panty riser too.
Siblings that live together. It's weird.
Yeah, they, especially if it's like a brother and a sister living, like that's giving like brother fucker vibes. I'm sorry, like flowers in the attic.
Giving flowers in the attic.
It's giving That's My Boy.
Oh yeah.
The accredited Adam
Sandler
film.
movie.
It's
I love Andy Samberg.
That's such a good movie.
That's how
really like
Adam
that movie.
Sandler showed up to Andy Samberg's wedding, is dressed up as his character from
Donnie
That's My
Big.
Boy.
As he should. As he should.
But yeah, siblings who live together, fine when you're younger. It's fine if you still live at home with your parents. But
It's fine if you're maybe their caretaker for whatever reason, like
Yes.
literally in a medical sense.
yeah, or like they're going through a hard time, they're staying with you.
Yeah, if they're going through a hard time and they need support and there's
You
no one
shouldn't be
else.
signing a lease together.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
If it's a lease, have it be like a 3-month.
I think also living with siblings is situational.
Yeah.
But if there's no situation involved,
In a situationship with your sibling.
yeah, in a situation where there's no situation,
Yeah.
you should not be living with your
Agree.
sibling.
Hard agree.
There should be something going on behind the scenes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there should be boundaries. Like that, but that's just me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that is just me. Anyway.
Yeah.
Also, if I lived with my brother, I know he'd probably make me do his laundry.
Oh my
Oh,
god,
yeah.
yeah.
Why would
That's
I?
the thing. What I mean with boundaries is that when you grow up with someone, you know what you can get away with. You know you can give them a hard time. I don't want to live with someone who during a lot of the time doesn't respect me
And knows how to push every single button
and
that
will,
I have.
and will do it on purpose. Love you, have fun with you.
I
but
need my mom here to tell on him.
especially if you're the older one. Especially.
I
if
need
you're
my
the
mom
older
here
one.
to tell on him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
And also, my brother's disgusting. Like, it would be disgusting.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd be the primary cleaner as well.
Mm-hmm.
And then I'd just get angry at that.
And at the end of the day, you
We
don't want
turn
to
into
turn
enemies.
You
Yeah.
don't want to turn into your parents too.
Yeah.
Like
yeah.
Because it'd just be being my mom, being like, you have to clean the dishes. You ate something.
I
Yeah.
think it's part of letting your siblings also like
You have
mature.
to
Grow
let
up.
them grow up.
You have to let them grow up. You can't do everything for them.
Yeah. It would end
It's
up
hard.
in a brawl. We'd have to put like a wrestling ring in the living room if me and my brother lived together because it would get physical.
Oh my God, speaking of people not doing dishes really quick, one of my brother's roommates refuses to do dishes. Like, he'll just dirty a plate and just never do it. And he's like, me and my other roommate, we just have to wash them for him at this point. Because he goes, we've asked him.
You
and
don't
we're
wa-
like, hey, can you do the dishes? And he'll do them one time
Yeah.
and then like completely forget that he has to continuously keep doing it when he uses dishes.
Why?
The thing that sucks about that is because people just take advantage of you because they know someone else will do it. The thing that sucks about that is that if you don't do it, you get afraid that you're going to get bugs. So you're not
Yeah.
just going to leave it
And they're like,
there.
it's actually just easier to do his dishes than ask him to do them.
People
Because
like that.
my brother and his roommate, they live in a college house, so they just use paper plates most of the time.
Yeah.
He's like, we use paper plates because neither of us want to do the dishes. And he goes, we've tried to tell him just use paper plates, so this way
yeah.
you don't have to do the dishes and we don't have to do your dishes, and he just won't do it.
That's
See, that's what would
When-
happen
yeah.
if you lived with your sibling.
Do you want your
that's someone
sibling
who
to turn
never
into
had a responsibility
Yeah.
ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll leave you with that.
Do your dishes.
Do your dishes.
Thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe it down below. If you're on YouTube, make sure to rate us 5 stars on whatever platform you're listening on. And make sure to subscribe to us on whatever platform you're listening on. All social medias will be linked below. Be sure to follow us on there. We're always posting. So
We're always cooking.
we're always cooking up something in this stew.
So,
Okay.
see you next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Mwah.